Toots Hibbert, the icon. I'm telling you, the winner of many awards.
Many, yes.
You know, the brother who has cemented himself as somebody who is groundbreaking when it
Yeah.
comes to reggae music. He was not scared of trying new
sir.
things. He was an innovator in the
Yes.
music. And we are so blessed this morning to have his offspring, I want to say. His lovely daughter is in studio with us, ladies and gentlemen. Her name is Jenieve Hibbert. And not to be mistaken, she's standing on her own 2 feet.
Well,
She is doing her thing.
He taught me well.
Let me tell you, she is awesome. We've been looking into her career a little bit.
Yes.
And I'm so happy
Thank
that
you.
you chose the path you chose. And
Well.
I won't tell them why, but welcome to Soundchat Radio.
Thank
How
you
are
so
you
much.
this
I
morning?
am feeling amazingly good. Let me tell you, the sound chat is so colorful. It gives it a nice vibe, and that's exactly how I'm feeling. I'm feeling good.
I love it.
I love
I
it too.
absolutely
I love
love
it
it. I
too.
love it.
So we have a caller in studio. Let's see. Let's take this call before we start our interview. Morning, morning, morning.
What's the Toots and Metal you guys were playing? Or was that Toots and Metal? Which
Yes.
song was that?
Yes, that was Toots and the Metal.
Which
What
one?
song was it?
The first one or the
just-
second?
Which one? It was two of
No,
them.
I didn't hear any. I just hear you mention this Toots and the Metals as I tune in. So I didn't hear any. Which one?
I
was it?
prayed
Press a Drop.
Press a Drop and 5446.
Okay, yeah. Well, remind me when I just came to America.
Guess what though, Leffy? We're just starting an interview. Can we do it afterwards? I'd really appreciate that. All right. Thank you so very much. All right, so we have our guest in studio, and of course, her name is Jenieve Hibbert. She's the daughter of Toots Hibbert, but as I was saying before, you know, she is honing her own craft. She's doing her own thing. She's, you know, making her own mark, and we're just very happy that you decided to join us in studio because she is doing. She just launched her new
Yes.
album,
Yes.
and we, you know, before we even jump on the album, I just want to find out, girl, I'm very excited to find out what it was like growing up
Yes.
with Toots as a daddy.
How can I tell
How
you?
was that?
It was exciting. Now, I did not have the traditional brought up say, as we would say, because I didn't live in the house with my dad and my other siblings. You know, I lived with my mom, but dad would always come on a weekend, and he would take us all out together. So we would be
Right.
going to the beach, you know, and I hated going under the water, and daddy just knew that, and he would just duck me. And so I had fun like that. We would go to the country. Daddy is a Clarendonian to the bone. And listen,
Clarendon.
every time
Yeah,
Daddy's
man.
going to take it to Clarendon. We hang out with our cousins there. And it was just something that Daddy did all the time. So up to the very moments, you know, late moments in his life, Daddy always traveled back to Clarendon. I tell
Wow.
you, he loved his
He
parish.
loved his roots.
Yeah.
Yes, Clarendon
like
is
that.
a nice parish.
So, were there anything that you kind of drew from him in terms of his personality, in terms of the things that he would do, his ethics, whatever, as you came into the business, or did you just, you know, just step out and say, you know what, I'm gonna try this thing, but I'm gonna do it on my own. You know, how we stay already.
Yeah, right. I think that is love for the music and discipline. Really rubbed off on me because every time I am around Daddy, once I go to the house, Daddy's always on his guitar. He's always playing. And so that has rubbed off. Rehearsal. That is ingrained in me because of Daddy. You know, and another thing that Daddy did, Dad was always so down to earth with everybody. Daddy just loved people. And I think that too has rubbed off on me. I'm a people person. People say, boy, you're just like your daddy. I'm a people person. I get into the room and I'm at home.
Yeah.
Wherever I am, I'm at home, because that's what life is all about. It's all about people. And if you can't love upon people, how are you gonna share your gift?
Yeah.
Because your gift is given to share.
That's
so
right.
I think I've learned that from Daddy, and that's just a part of me. That is in my bones. And so just going out on my own like this is just a part of our roots as a family.
Right.
Because Daddy started in church.
Oh.
Most Caribbean people, we start in church.
All right.
You know. And
What was that like?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Listen, I've only heard stories because I wasn't a part of it then, but they said daddies would say they would be taken to church, every Sunday, and they'll be called upon to sing or to recite the verse, And so when he left Clarendon, looking for, this is Wealthy Wednesday, right? Yes, looking for a better life.
Yeah.
He didn't stray from his roots. The first song that he put out was 6 and 7 book.
Yes. Let me get that a bomb. All right.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah. So I'm just happy to be able to be following in his footsteps in
Right.
that path.
Are you the only
Artist.
sibling
No.
that is
Yes.
involved in?
Right. No, my other siblings, I have a brother, his name is Clayton. He's called Junior Toots. He's in California and he's doing his thing too.
Great.
With where the music is concerned. Then I have my sister Liba. She is in Jamaica and she's doing her thing too, vocally. And then I have my other brother, Hopeton. He plays bass. And he's been playing bass for years. He has played with different artists like Morgan Heritage, all
Okay.
over, as well as with my dad. And so I have other siblings too that are not in the music.
Yes.
My sister Jessica, she's in New Jersey, and Marianne, and they are not in the music, but they love music. You
Right.
know? And I have my
I can
other brother,
imagine.
Rennie. He's not in the music, but he loves music. But it's just us, other four that have been really pushing in the
Right,
music.
right.
Yeah.
How hard has it been? And I'm gonna ask you, have you gotten any advantages of being Toot's daughter, or has it been even harder because people think that you
have more to prove?
you would expect that you would be entitled?
I think I have gotten doors open for me because of Daddy. I'm sitting in Soundchat at this moment.
That's
Can I
because
tell
you're a
you?
beautiful
I'm just feeling the love right now. Yeah, but I've gotten so much love from folks just because I'm Dad's daughter, and then of course just getting to know me. That's another that's addition to it.
Yes.
But because of the person Daddy had, and then because of the marks he had made, it has just opened doors for me, and I
Yes.
give God thanks.
That's
Yeah,
great.
good
Thank
daddy,
God.
good daddy, man.
Good daddy. I love it. I love it. And we do talk about legacy as we're
Yes,
talking about Wealthy
exactly.
Wednesday.
Yes.
That legacy is something that, thank God, you were
Yeah.
able to take advantage of
Yes.
because it was a positive
Yes.
legacy,
Yes.
you know? I want to touch a little bit on your journey. When did you start taking this seriously?
Well, I tell you, when I remember about 16, 17, Daddy just said to my sisters and I, listen, y'all gonna be coming on the road with me. We're like, yes, we're excited. We were young. We were just looking forward to that. And then the rehearsal started and we were like, oh God, Daddy, no more. But Daddy was relentless, and so the rehearsals were tough. But when we got on stage, we were thankful for those times of rehearsing, because when the folks called Toots and the Maters, the place erupts. And then we are here on stage and we are there and we were just excited and we were just like, we were caught up in the frenzy.
And you caught the bug.
Listen,
Of course, I can imagine.
I love it.
I can imagine.
And so I think I just started really looking into really pursuing music because of the love that you receive and just being able to pour into people like that.
Right.
Yeah. I
How
just
many,
love
where did you travel with him?
all over. Can I tell you? All over. we've been in the New York area, we've been Cali, we've been Europe, we've been to the Caribbean. We were blessed to really have been able to go all over the world with Daddy.
And
That is
that's great
awesome.
that
Oh,
you know,
wow.
that you guys were able to travel the world and just
Yes.
see the world
Yes.
and get a different perspective of like the different cultures and stuff out there.
Yeah, we were very blessed. Yeah.
Well, Stacy isn't here. I know she would ask you. What was the best experience? Like, where did you kind of feel that energy and the vibe from the people that really stood out to you?
I think everywhere that we've been, the energy was always so up, groovy. I remember we were in London and we were driving into the show, and this is just typical of all the shows. And you see some very young white boys, white kids. They just sitting on the ground, just waiting for the place to open. And I'm like, whoa! And then when it is when the doors open, they are there and they are toot toot, and I'm like, hang on a second.
This is my this is my daddy from Clarendon.
Yeah, man. and I was always just so touched when you see so many young people that really were into what Daddy did.
Yeah.
You know, and they were like very loud. You know, they're very expressive, and I think those times were very touching and moving to me because, you know, sometimes you think that you ask a typical young person in Jamaica sometimes about Toots, they're like, Toots who? Da, da, da. But just moving around and
Globally,
seeing,
you said, wow, it
the
was
impact
crazy. Yes.
on this generation was just phenomenal, and
And I
take
think
that
The
with me.
music, his music transcends time.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, anyone can listen to it
Yeah.
at any given moment, you know, in
Yeah.
the different decades that we've passed through.
Yeah.
But when did you catch the bug of saying that,
Girl.
yeah, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, with all those experiences, I knew I wanted to do it. And first of all, I think my teachers at school, they were the one who unearthed the gift. You know, you're in the bathroom and you're always singing and stuff.
Right.
But my teachers were the one. They too were relentless. You know, every time you have devotion, they'll call you up and they come and sing for devotions. Come and, you know, in Jamaica we had festival, right? And
Yes.
so I'd be a part of the choir. You understand? Be
Yes.
part of the ensemble. You know, and I think those days really got me thinking that, you know, I would really want to pursue this
Right.
coupled with what Daddy did. You
Right.
know, so here I am today.
Yes.
With having launched my album, and
Nice.
excited about it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling absolutely blessed to be able to pursue
Yes.
and do what has been
And
deposited
actualize, because we've been talking
Actualize,
about
yeah.
not just aiming at or honing your skills
Yeah.
or making the goal. It is actually getting there. And you recently launched your album.
yes.
Is this the first album?
It's the first album in years.
In years, okay.
In years, you know, and that's why I'm so excited about it, because it doesn't really matter how long it takes for you to do what has been deposited in you, as long as you do it.
Wow, that is so powerful. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
young people are opting to go, dancehall and reggae, but I'm glad that you chose that. Why did you choose gospel?
I think because when I was younger and having been introduced to church at a young age, it just never left me. That introduction was a good one. I enjoyed my young days at church. Every Sunday they would take me and they would have a club. You know, I went to St. Teresa Catholic Church and we did clubbing there, and it was just good, and it just never left me. And so I remember I just knew that I wanted to do that, to just tell people about God, about how amazing He is. And so when it was time, I remember I was touring with Dad, and I just said, God, I really want to do this. I want to do this. And he just opened the doors for me to do it. And I remember saying it to Daddy, and Daddy was saying, are you sure? I mean, it's going to be a tough road, a hard road. Are you sure? And I said, yes, I want to do it. And I am here, and I'm happy, and I'm still excited.
And no regrets.
No regrets. No. No.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. So we know that the industry where gospel is concerned is different from mainstream.
Yes.
So give us an idea of what that looks like, what that journey entailed. What did you have to do? Where did you go? Who did you have to connect with? You know, what have you been doing to be successful in this particular subgenre of music? Let's say we're saying a subgenre because it's different from the mainstream.
It is different, yes.
Yes.
Going to churches, just being a part of the community. Whenever we have outreach ministering, I would be there on the street ministry. I remember in Jamaica, I would go downtown, we would cook food, care for the homeless people, and sing for them.
Oh,
yeah. And
that
they
warms
would
my
just,
heart.
They would just love it. And so I've been doing that. I started a homework center in Rock Pond, Red Hills, for the children there, because many of the children in Rock Pond, their parents weren't able to, is not even aware, is not able to provide for them. Sometimes they'll be going to school in their mother's slippers, but praise God, they're still going to school. You understand?
Yes.
Sometimes I remember when I went into the community itself now, you have many the residents, they would live in the house, it's all zinc up, and then it's dirt.
Right.
And the floor is dirt. But
Right.
it's nice and clean, But the floor is dirt.
In Jamaica
In
still?
Jamaica, yeah, man. And I remember just saying, we just have to do something. And I would go up and I would teach the children. And you have this lady, her name is, P, can't remember. But she would teach the children in the dirt. And when rain falls and it gets muddy, they'll still be there. And Peaches, right? Peaches will teach them. And I just decided, we want to do a homework center. And I started the homework center. The community, all the men in the community, they gave their talent, their gift. And so because I said, this is for the community, I can't pay you, but I will go out there and ask for help so that you can build it. And there were a lot of builders in the community, and the men them just say, all right, no problem, big woman, they call me big woman,
Yes.
no problem, big
If I
woman.
never see a lick a bit about big man, like seriously.
Yeah, that's the kind of respect that they had. I remember
Right.
once, I went down there and I was praying on the grounds. Myself and some other folks that have been championing the cause with me. And same time, I hear somebody say, listen, nobody trouble the big man car, I mean, you but.
What?
I mean, yeah, man, they say, no trouble the big man car. And I'm like, okay. By the time I went up to where my car was parked, they said, listen, man, nobody can trouble your car,
Oh,
And,
wow.
Yeah, and I'm just so grateful that for this part that I've taken, that
Right.
it has really allowed me to give,
Yes.
and to pour. So this music is not about just feeling good. It's really about being purposeful
Right.
in this journey.
So let me ask you, you reside in New York
Yes.
now.
Okay.
Yes.
How long?
2014. I came here 2014.
She just come off of the banana boat like me.
Fresh off the
Yes.
Oh my girl. I was fresh. I was in there. We're doing things,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you're still working with these
Still working
people.
with the community. Yeah.
All right. So I like that. Listen, if there's any way that people can,
Yes.
pour into what you're doing, this is a platform for you to share.
Yeah.
The people who are on Soundchat Radio who listen to us, I'm telling you, these are people who love people.
Awesome.
These are family. They are community people. You understand? They really give. When you find out what Soundchat represents, you gonna be all over Soundchat every day, all day. I'm
Oh
telling
my
you
God,
that.
I
So
look forward to
your
it.
new family now. You
Yes.
understand? And that is what I like. What do you do? What is your career so that we can put it in perspective? Because I know that some people are not able to do music full time. Do you do it full time or do you do something else?
It is my desire, being here in America, to do music on a full-time basis. But we're in America.
So we got to hustle upon the side.
Here and there and do this and do that.
Okay.
So I started a business, and I'm pushing myself, really, so that I can establish it, so that I can focus more on the music.
Well, guess what?
So
This is
that's the
Wealthy
plan.
Wednesday.
Well,
You have 1 minute to give us an elevator pitch. Tell us about your business.
I look forward to just putting people's spaces in perspective.
Ooh.
Spaces in perspective. So I've noticed being here that so many times you're busy. You just can't be bothered. You just don't have the time. You don't have the energy. And so your space, your room gets out of order. You understand? So I want to put your space in perspective and get it to where you like it, where you'll feel free to pursue your dreams and your aspirations in a clutter-free world.
You're trying to tell
Yes.
say, yeah, clean up
Yes.
the place.
Feng shui. She wants the feng shui.
Yes!
In other words, guys, she
Yeah,
can
man.
fix up on her house. You understand? She can declutter. She can organize the closet.
Yeah.
She can do
Organize.
some deep cleaning maybe and make sure so everything line up
In
and
space.
look good and
Yes.
you
I
can
love
find
it.
them. Girlfriend, you
love
want
it.
to come home with me?
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Listen, awesome. That is really something. I've been dropping hints and saying, I want to start a cleaning business. My
Yes.
sister does what you does.
Yeah.
She does organizing. She's in the Bronx. Big up to Casey. And people invite her. They'll give her a garage, and by the time
Yes.
she's done, she have things organized and labeled and
Yes.
the same
Love it.
space and the same things that you had. You're like, so where you find all of that
Can't believe.
space?
Yes.
It can be done if you have that kind of a
Eye.
mindset,
You have that eye
and
for it.
yes, you can. And God, it don't mean that your house have to be dirty.
No.
It just means that you just have a lot of stuff,
Things.
and
Need
maybe
to
you need to
organize.
organize, and maybe you
That's
need to
it.
dash some things too. So that's what
Most of
Miss
the time.
Hibbert does.
That's an option too. Some things have to be thrown away, but some
Sometimes
people
you
are
have to dash it.
hoarders and they
I
don't
know.
like to
I
throw
know
away
the
things.
whole lot. I said, no, let
My
it go, let it go.
grandmother.
They said, please. I
And
said,
it's
no.
sentimental sometimes, but there are ways to do sentimental things. I work with people too where that is concerned, and sometimes you can take pictures of it and put them in do a nice book,
Collage
so that is
too.
something that you can actually keep as a keepsake
Yes.
and give to your family,
Yes.
your kids, whatever, instead of have the physical things there, because the practicality of it is no longer
And the
there.
thing about it too is that in order to receive, you have to just get rid of the old. And the Lord taught me that when I was a young Christian growing up, is that I had a lot of stuff, and He said, okay, in order for you to get the new things coming, you need to get rid of the old.
Ooh, I
And-
love it.
And so I learned that principle, that in order to receive more in your space, in your life, you have to get rid of the old to
Declutter.
make room. You're actually making room. So if you're praying for more, then you have to make room for it. Yeah. So I love doing it for that.
Hope that you guys are enjoying this conversation. But I want to see just how versatile she is.
Well.
and we here on Soundchat Radio, listen, we push the envelope a little bit.
Well, help, Lord.
we push the envelope. We mix it up. Our tagline is that we entertain through music and we inform through conversation. But on the morning show, we have a segment that's called a hot topic, and every hour we have a hot topic. And this is where I want to include you in our next hot topic.
Okay.
It's a little spicy.
Well.
Okay. And I'm gonna read a little story for you guys. And because it's Wealthy Wednesday, we decided, let's see if she can handle this.
Get me some water, please. I need some water standing by.
So it is sauce, but it is also a part of budgeting.
Is it really?
Here we go. I want to open up the phone lines, guys. If you guys have any question for Jenieve, please call us.
Yeah.
And before we end the conversation, because we might hold her till 10 o'clock, you never know. We do want to talk about an event that she's going to be performing at on Saturday too. So, hot topic of the morning for this hour. I'm reading you something. So I'm talking about a couple. They're both aged 78 years old. They went to a sex therapist, of course. So the doctor asked, "What can I do for you?" The man said, "Will you watch us have sex?" So the doctor looked puzzled. He's like, "What?" But, he's trying to help them. So he said, "Okay, I agree." So when the couple is done, he's thinking that, okay, I'm assessing to see how I can assist them. He says, "Well, there's nothing wrong with what you guys are doing." And then he charged them $50. So this happened several weeks in a row. The couple would make an appointment. They would come, they'd do their thing, and the doctor would say, I have no problem, but they would pay him. Finally, the doctor asked, "Just exactly what are you guys trying to find out? Because I'm not really seeing a problem and I don't know how I can help you." So they ended up saying, "We're not trying to find out anything." The husband, the man said, he says, "She's married to someone else and we can't go to her house. I'm married to someone else. We can't go to my house. The Holiday Inn charges $90. The Hilton charges $108. And we do it here for $50 and I get $43 back from Medicare."
Help me, Lord. What have I ever
So
done?
this man right here, both of them are pioneers in saving money. Because look how he came. He's a genius. He's paying $7 basically once he gets the kickback from Medicaid. He's paying $7 ultimately to have an affair with another married person.
Exactly. And listen, nobody's going to catch them because
they're the therapists, and they're sworn to not talk about anything. Whatever they talk about or whatever happens, they can't speak about it.
You see what I'm saying? They're sworn to secrecy. So this, guys, is what I'm talking about. When you're venturing into certain things, you need to do your research. And we see it here. They knew the cost of the competitors.
They clearly did their research so they can have their fun.
They did.
He's only paying $7.
He's only paying $7.
It's a win-win situation for them.
So aside from the fact that they're going to have to answer to God, I think that was a brilliant idea. What do you think?
I think that if something means that much to you, then do it right. Get the baggage out. Remember, I'm a declutterer.
Right.
Too much clutter going on right there. So just declutter.
Just declutter.
So if it's not working out with your partner, then do what you need to do.
Right.
So that you can move on to your next.
True.
You understand?
Yes.
Because right there is just too much cluttering
It's
going
too
on.
much.
Oh, it's too much.
And on top of it, clutter upon top of clutter.
In a sense.
And then they involve another party that doesn't want to really be involved, but because he's
Can
a
you
sex
imagine?
therapist,
He don't even know what he's getting involved in. Welcome,
morning.
caller.
Good morning.
Yes. How are you?
Multiple sources of income.
Well, that is not really a source of income.
No,
that is
how is that?
expense.
Well, they plan it well. Hey,
But it's
where
not.
could you get so much for so little?
Okay. So they're making good, wise financial decisions.
Financial decisions. There you
Financial
go.
planning is
Yes,
what it is.
yes.
I have a question for Janine, right?
Uh-huh.
From the song 5446, I learned of a story that when the policeman was asking for his number, which was his address, he was actually given the address, but the policeman really didn't know. He said 5446, which was 100. I don't know if she ever heard of any such stuff. I heard of that when I was growing up. That whatever the street was like 100 Avenue of America, so to speak. But he was giving it to him as 5446. That's my number, and they keep, interrogating him. So I don't know if you know of any such thing.
No, no, sir. I don't know of any such thing. One thing I do know is that yes, they stopped him because they thought him had weed,
Right.
and that at the time he was not a smoker. After that he became a smoker. Years after he became a smoker. But the 5446 really is what when you when they have
That was his
booked
number,
you.
his
No,
number.
yeah. When they book
Okay,
you,
that was
then
his
yeah,
number.
they give
Okay.
you a number, and that was his number.
Right.
Yeah.
That was his
Okay.
number. All right, thank you. Guys, call in 718-554-8598. Jenieve, please let us know what how people can get you on social media. What are your handles?
Yes, that's Jenieve Hibbert, on Instagram.
Spend the Jenieve for them because it's a unique
Tricky, right?
spelling. Yes.
Jenieve.
All right, so you all got that. Jenieve. Jenieve Hibbert. She is
Instagram
Hibbert.
and right, Hibbert with a T.
You
yeah.
are you
YouTube.
You're on YouTube.
Facebook. Yeah.